Leo mkiniona hapa marashi limejipaka ndio hii. Mitiaga si wameturushia. But we are here to say down with the colonizers, attitude, down with this finance bill, because if we do not, we are not afraid and we shall not be shamed.
Over 70 years now. Ruto, William Ruto, you are finishing my nation for the generations. Oh my father, come and save this nation.
Kenya's Independent Police Oversight Authority said on Friday, allegedly as a result of a police shooting. Munyao said Rex's friend had told her that he was shot by a plainclothes police officer while they were running away from tear gas.
If someone is fighting for his rights, why use live bullets? If he would have been found with any weapons, we would have said he is indisciplined, but he was walking with his friend.
Nairobi County Police Commander Adamson Bungay did not answer phone calls from Reuters seeking comment. Nationwide protests took place on Thursday against plans to raise an extra $2.7 billion through additional taxes. Police fired tear gas and water cannon to disperse demonstrators. They also appear to have used live rounds. A statement from 5 rights groups said, as evidenced by the presence of spent cartridges. Over 200 people were reportedly injured. Activist Khalid Hussein said it was shocking that young Kenyans were at risk of losing their lives merely for exercising their constitutional rights.
They were not armed, as everyone saw. This was one of the most peaceful processions we've ever seen in this country. And despite that, the police had the guts to use excessive force and kill innocent youth. You know, it's really unacceptable. It's, something we cannot allow to continue seeing in this country.
Protesters want the government to abandon its finance bill.
Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Chidi. I am a Nigerian resident in Finland. So today in this video I want to once again convey my condolences to families and friends of our brothers and sisters that have lost their lives in pursuit of justice. So, and I say again that they didn't die for nothing. They died for Africa. They didn't die for Kenya. They died for the whole of Africa. They died in trying to fight the disease that has eaten deep into our continent, which is called corruption. So the corruption is one thing that Africans shy away. People just look at it as nothing. People don't care. People just feel like it is a normal way of life, but it has destroyed that continent, really. So, and for these guys, these boys and girls that have decided to lay their lives down, I say to them, you guys are heroes. They didn't fight for Kenya, though in a situation whereby they have put aside their tribal differences, their religious differences, language differences, and come together to speak in one voice, to be able to make their voice heard. So, and that implies that that is like it is constitutional for freedom of speech to exist. And apparently, if there is a section of the Constitution that allows freedom of speech, it also allows for freedom of listening. Nobody speaks without no one listening. So there must be somebody to listen. But in this case, there was nobody ready to listen. So what they decided to do is to unleash anger and mayhem upon their own children, rather than listen to them. So it is very sad what has happened in recent weeks in Kenya. But I want to again say my condolences to all the mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters that have lost relatives. Please take heart. They didn't die for nothing. They fought for me. I'm a Nigerian, but those guys fought for me. Because, like as I said, we are in the same situation. We are fighting the same, we are struggling. We are struggling to even live. We are struggling to survive. Whereby we are like in a situation whereby somebody can just like walk into our kitchen, confiscate our pot of soup, and eat it with impunity and not expect us to complain. We have been in that situation for a very long time. For these guys to decide that now is the time that we want to speak up, we want to do something about it, it is something that is commendable. Because if we look at this, those guys that fought for our independence, Nigeria and Kenya, I think they got their independence at the same time. But I want to say that there was no loss of lives, there was no war that has resulted for us to be able to get our independence. So in a situation whereby something like this happened, that a nation was able to lose the lives of its citizens, young people, on a single day, on a single incident, I think it is something that is not something that, it is very sorrowful. It pains my heart, because they were trying to speak up for something that is legitimate, something that worth listening to and addressing, but they rather listen to them. What they decided to do was to unleash mayhem and weapons. The government has been, trying to brandish its war machines, which they have acquired over the years, its military powers. They have been trying to demonstrate it for the press to see, for your children. That was so sad. So once again, I commend the people of Kenya for have taken that initiative to be able to stand up, because those guys, I see them as warriors. When I watch National Geographic channels, I see the warriors of Maasai at Masai Mara trying to confront a lion. Wow! So now I see where the energy comes from. So it is so amazing to see the amount of strength God has equipped them with to be able to fight, to confront a lion. And then they are confronting another type of lion this time. A lion that is supposed to be their brother, supposed to be their father. And all that they needed was to be heard. What more did they ask for? These young people came with, they didn't see at the parliament, I didn't see any of the youths with weapons, daggers or knives or bullets or guns. They were holding their placards, their bottles of water, they were holding their cell phones, the country's flag, and that was it. And by the way, like as I said in my previous video, what they should have done was to try throw a carpet of dialogue for them to walk in. When they approached the perimeter of the wall of the parliament, what they should have done was to go and welcome them in, try to sweet talk these guys and see if they will not listen. Those guys are intelligent, they are young people, they listen to their parents as well, so they should be able to listen, try to calm them down and negotiate. This open the gate and say, yeah, this is the parliament where the decisions are taken concerning the running of the country. Now you are here. Whatever we are going to do today concerns the welfare and the running of this country. Can we then talk about your grievances? Yeah, okay, the parliament is equipped with 50 or 100 seats. Let's take each person to occupy a seat, and then we can begin the dialogue. Once the hall is, the auditorium is full, then you tell the rest people, can you guys wait outside here? The hall is full. Let's have a chat with these people. We're not going to harm them. We're not harassing anybody. Nobody is killing each other. Let's just talk. And then after the discussion, they can then convey the result of whatever we have discussed with you guys, and then you can be able to consider. That's it. But that was not done. The next thing we saw was, they begin to fire tear gas, begin to use water cannon. And by the way, the water cannon that was used has this kind of purple or red color, and that is very, very dehumanizing. They shouldn't have been able to use that kind of, they should be, now the tension has come down, they should be able to take sample of that water to the laboratory and see what was added to it before they can use it to, to fire on the children. So, and then for the tear gas that was used, which was also unnecessary, what they should have been able to do was to consider that there, among those youths, there are some of them that are pregnant, some of them that are asthmatic, that may not survive. Breathing in this thing can cause them health issues. And then they should have been able to put that into consideration before trying to fumigate them. So the country, the city was filled with smoke, thick smoke of tear gas for so many days. And people were taking it, old people that are already ill, little children that are not supposed to breathe in such things. And this is a situation that should have been avoided. The president wouldn't have allowed that to graduate into the use, before it gets into the use of tear gas and water cannon. It should have taken a while. All other, they should have explored all other channels of trying to reconcile with these youths before it now graduates into using of force that now resulted into live bullet being fired. So that was a dangerous instruction that was given to the military and the police to kill your own brothers and sisters. So that was so sad that happened. But at the same time, I still want to believe that those guys didn't die for nothing. At least the world have seen what happened in Kenya. They have seen that, yes, we have admitted that there is corruption. And then we have made a move to be able to sort it out. As far as Africa is concerned, those guys are heroes. Kenyan people, please, whatever you do, don't let their names fade away. Do something for those guys. They have fought not just for Kenya, they have fought for Africa. They fought for the whole of Africa, from Nigeria to Tanzania, and from Tunisia to Johannesburg. They have fought for all of us. Corruption needs to be addressed in that continent. Otherwise, we're not getting anywhere. So, and then for those who are thinking that this was a protest, I just want to say no, this was not a protest, because when you consider the size of the size of the crowd that has come out to condemn the evil things that is going on in the country or in the continent, this was a revolution. It was not a protest, it was not a demonstration. It has graduated into a revolution. The revolution that the ripple effect of that revolution will now spread to other parts of Africa where corruption exists. Because corruption has become like it is like a giant maggot inside an apple and tearing it from all directions. And something has to be done to eject it from that apple, so that there can be, if there's anything that can be salvaged from that apple, or just like something needs to be done to corruption in Africa. We can't continue living this way. It's giving us bad names. Those of us who has not traveled outside, we should be able to come outside and then look at Africa from the perspective of somebody in diaspora, and look at Africa from far. We want nothing. We don't have any respect. I am here. I cannot say how many times that I have been confronted by an European, by a white person, and telling me, you Africans, why don't you go home and repair your own country? Why all of you are coming here? They ask me, am I a Kenyan? Am I a Senegalese? Am I a Gambian? Am I a Togolese? Or where are you? They just call us African because that's who we are. Nobody cares. Once your skin is dark, you're an African. And once they are not sure about the genuineness in your intention, they classify us the same way. So there's no hiding place for us. So our leaders don't care. They are happy to see us being deported to another man's country where we are not allowed to breathe. We're not allowed to stay here. We are visitors. We have homes. And by the way, when those people say such things to me, that we Africans, why are we coming here? I will take it like nothing. Like, it's not offensive. It is my fault, because if I repaired my country, I shouldn't have been here today. I would have been doing something legitimate in my country and feel happy. What am I doing in another man's country? It is something that, you know, it is shame when you are feeling that surviving in another man's country has become ultimate for you. You have no home anymore. If there is war in your country, you can run for the war, and then but let's not pray in a situation whereby there should be war, because war is not a good thing. If we don't have war in our country, and there's a different kind of war that is raging on in our nations, then we need to do something to stop the war. And corruption is the war that is like tearing Africa down. So, and something has to be done. So I'm not happy when they tell me, you Africans, what are you doing here? Why don't you go home and repair your countries? Yeah, that is the truth. We didn't pack our bags and come back here to another man's country saying that we are looking for greener pastures. Greener pastures, who sowed the seed? Who made the seed that we are here to reap? Somebody else has sowed the seed. The Finns, the Europeans, they have fought for their country. They have labored for their country to achieve what they have today. And this is why I think I commend the Gen Zs who have laid their life down. They have fought for something that will benefit the whole of Africa. The ripple effect of that uprising that have happened in Kenya will spread to the whole of, to every nook and corner of Africa. So that is the beginning of a revolution that will now bring about destroying corruption in Africa, because something needs to be done about it, really. This is the time. I thank them, I commend their effort, I praise them, and my heart also bleed for them, I cry for them, and I wish there is more that I can be able to do to show my solidarity and my support for them. But may God continue to grant their friends and family members that they have left behind. God should give them the courage to bear their losses. Thank you for listening, and God bless you.